Yes, it's double R rate. It's 1807 2304 2023 is the time. Is here. It's Can Expression Sunday on double R Radio. You know what? Can Expression Sunday is always a day where we talk about really sensitive kind of topics, and we want to influence or engage or just change the perspective on certain issues or discussions out there as well. But today we got an amazing co-host on the show today. I call her a co-host. I didn't call her a guest because she's a co-host, because she has loads of information and loads of things she would like to share with us here on Can Express Insider. I'm so excited to have her back on the show as well. Last time she was here, it was amazing as well, and she's back again. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Iris. How are you today?
Hi, hi. Thank you so much for having us, Double Nine. I'm good. I'm good. Um, so I'm Iris, the founder of Iris Foundation, a charity that is based to empower the community and specialize in youth personal development.
Fantastic youth development there, she said as well. I mean, it's so amazing to engage or come across individuals who put themselves, not first but put the community ahead of themselves to to empower the community, and especially the younger generation, because the younger generation are the ones who own the tomorrow, who own the future, and hopefully the change and the influence brings about a change that we all want within the community as well. I mean, before we actually get into today's topic as well, I'm so excited that you talk about that foundation, the Mirrors Foundation. I mean, why did you decide to start that foundation?
So I work in education and I analyze a couple issues that we have within our community in terms of the personal development of our kids. So yes, they're learning in school, but school is not the end. They need to know the
Amazing.
right tools for after school.
I mean, Iris is amazing. Shit. I think I need to start calling like Queen Iris now because she's coming through with some amazing vibes and amazing, knowledge there. You're quite right. It's not the end. School's not the end. You know what I mean? There's a huge life ahead of them as well. And most of this of the youths nowadays don't have this guidance, you say, to know what the life of the outside world, outside the walls of the school is, and the school does not provide that. And for a foundation like Mirrors Foundation, which I'm sure we will bring her back on the show to talk a bit more about it, but I think is a bit aligned to today's topic as well, because honestly, there are things going on out there, and I wonder, who's going to be talking about it. But you know what? Yes, we are going to talk about it as well. So, Iris, what is the topic for today? What do you have for us today?
We have luxury lifestyle but no viable source of income.
Wow. Wow. Luxury lifestyle but no viable source of income. I'm sure ladies and gentlemen think, oh my gosh, I've heard that before loads of times. And you know what? I know what is the different thing you're going to say today. Listen, there's always a perspective to everything we bring here on Dominar Radio. We come through with fresh ideas, fresh perception. Because most people think, oh, luxury, yeah, we know people do a bit of fraud, do a bit of dodgy stuff. But listen, things that are happening within the Gen Z, or should I call it, yeah, the Gen Z generation. You know what I'm talking about. The amazing youths nowadays. It can be quite shocking as well. So today we're going to be looking at perspective of individuals possibly living the fake life. Living a fake life. And what do we mean by fake life? Creating a facade. And how do they get this? They get influenced by certain things they see on social media as well. To be honest, with you, it's one for me. Like I'm trying to think, where do I even start about
Where
this?
do you start? Um,
Where do we even start? I mean, what, let's talk about influencing. Let's define. I mean, from your perspective, Queen Iris or Iris, yes, Iris. Sorry, Queen Iris, the Mirrors Foundation. I mean, what do you? How would you describe what influencers are, or who is an influencer?
Somebody that's got a big platform and has got the power to change people's mind or influence them in terms of anything, whether it's product, mindsets, lifestyle, everything.
Amazing. I'm gonna jump on the word you said there, mindset. That's a very powerful thing, isn't it? Mindset. People, changing your mindset or your perception about certain things as well. I mean, and we go on social media. Social media is is flooded with loads of various things. We start about talking about ladies going out there, saying they're on holiday or 5-star luxury holiday, or the dressed in designer wear head to toe, or they're out with their boyfriend, taking pictures of food, taking pictures of restaurants, there's some bags that might be costing about 5 grand, 10 grand plus bags. All of that is on there on social media. But what is this doing to individuals who don't even have all of that, or who don't have access to all of that as well? What does that do to them? I mean, Korean Iris that mentioned that the mindset is one thing. So the mindset is there.
Yeah.
So I mean, from your foundation, you engage a lot of youths to try and change
Yes.
the perception, and you mentioned you work within a school.
Yes, I work with college.
So what kind of things you see happen to students who are being influenced by certain individuals online, or even pictures online? Uh, what do they do? They aspire to be like that, or what
Yeah,
happens?
of course. So first of all, I have a mentoring session with a lot of youth that wants to come and understand about life a little bit more,
Mhm.
and I ask them the question, what do you aspire to be later on? And a lot of at the time, the example is people online. I just want to be rich, or sometimes I just hear I just want to be rich, just like this person or that person online. But they don't really get or know how that person got there, but they want to be like them.
They want to be like them,
Because
isn't it?
the lifestyle that they portray, like when the feed is looking so beautiful,
Mm.
I'm thinking, why not? I want to live that life.
Mm.
How? Like, I want to live that life.
I mean, it's I don't should I call it a bit disheartening where younger generation thinking, oh, I just want to be rich.
Yeah.
They forget where the hard work is happening. But do we lay blame at the door of the youths? Do we say they're to blame, or is it because this is what they see online, on social media platforms?
I mean, come on. If I'm able to go on my phone and I see an influencer that can fly in private jets, luxury clothes every single day, luxury places to eat, and everything, compared to somebody that had to, go to uni for 4 years first and learn and go through all that stress and, live the real life,
I know.
the real struggles, and I have an easy way out. Why would I go through the hard way?
Wow. Why would you go through the hard way? Wow. Because you're the things that are being flaunted up there. Okay, I mean, let's go a bit more granular, should I say? Because time can go really quickly. So we talk about the fake life. What do we mean by fake life? I mean, I'll let Queen tell us, or Iris tell us.
I mean, we need to realize that a lot of this life portrayed online, a lot of them sometimes are even paid to, show certain companies and stuff. It's not their life, it's their work.
Yeah.
They're here because they have influence. We want to show something, right? If I even take the example of the French influencer that got caught taking pictures in private
business,
jets and
yeah.
business class,
Yeah.
and the same flight, she was actually in economy. And one of her fans took the picture where she posted the picture in business, but she was actually sitting in economy. Like, seeing this type of stuff, we don't see the background.
We don't see the background.
I'm
Yeah.
seeing an influencer every day flying business class, and we know how expensive business class is. I'm gonna be, wow, she's so rich, but really and truly, she's living our day-to-day struggle and economy.
Exactly, and that's not shown, isn't it? And that's not shown, And what happens is this young, amazing,
Are really vulnerable
youths,
and
very, very vulnerable.
very vulnerable, and all of this is exposed to them without the real meaning. So if I keep portraying this lifestyle to you and not showing you the background, you're gonna think that this is how to get there. Now, as we just explained right now, it was fake.
It was fake.
It was fake. But
But we see all this fake life being lived out now. It's almost become the norm, isn't it? Because it's become the norm now. Because you look at social media, for instance, and social media can be dangerous. Something just popped into my head. I saw on social media, a couple of days ago. But I will say that before I digress away from what I'm saying. It's so dangerous out there because people go out there now wanting to replicate the life they
Go
see.
broke trying to do
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Trying to go broke trying to do it.
Exactly, trying to go broke and trying to do it, and also engage in some atrocities, which is really, I mean, honestly, we
Just to
should,
keep up with the
we
fake
possibly
life.
could have done this show maybe about 10 p.m. so we can actually go deep into what is happening out there as well. You know, they commit some atrocities where because they want to live or be perceived to live a life of luxury, they engage in all sorts of craziness out there at the moment. I mean,
I mean, we can agree that it's kind of been, glamorized now. All of this atrocity
atrocities,
has been
yes.
glamorized. Like clearly, people like you will talk to people and people will be proud not to do fraud just for money.
Mm.
Nobody is getting onto them saying that this is not a right thing to do. Women, ladies, will even rather go out with somebody that is doing fraud than somebody that is working a 9 to 5 and trying to go up the ladder gradually.
Mm. I mean, it is quite shocking. I mean, there's been things said on social media. You know, as you mentioned, is wrongly portrayed,
Yes.
where a female will come and say, you can't be giving anything away for free. You
That's
know,
that's a massive statement that we see everywhere now.
yeah,
Like even my young students sometimes they're like, yes, miss, I cannot be with a guy that is broke. They're 17 and 18. I'm thinking, what type of guy you're gonna be going out with that is not broke at 17, 18? What type of guy will be driving a Range Rover or all of these crazy things that they're demanding now because of what they're seeing on social media. A young boy of 17, 18 must have so much pressure
Mm.
to live up to the standards. Now, who does that leave them to be since they want to live that lifestyle? Who are they going to go out with? These older men.
exactly. Older man, and it just leaves room for certain type of
Yes.
abuse to come in. I mean, we hear slangs around now. The money man,
Yes.
chopping.
Chopping.
This is it now. I mean,
Uh,
it's 17, 16-year-old individual saying I can't be dating a broke man, and they get this from social media, isn't it? Because this is what they see. Because for an influencer who's possibly in her 20s, or even early 30s, come on social media and say, you know what, you can't be giving anything away free to any man.
to
You
any man.
you have to charge. I mean, is it a norm now that people are now charging for spending time
I mean, people
with
are
men?
even getting mockery for giving away things for free, giving or even having intercourse with men for free, or just liking a man. It's now been a thing where why are you doing it, kind of thing. Like they're getting asked that question, and you probably even say, "Oh no, but I've got this guy, but I've got to see my money man as well." You need to have that money man around you to be portrayed as a big girl. So having somebody that you're important because you have these type of guys around.
Wow. I mean, my mouth is open. Money man. I mean, I now understand what that means. So it's now almost like prostitution is now glamorized, because you mentioned then that people, or females will get mocked if they don't have this money man around them, so that they can be perceived to live that
A
that
lifestyle.
lifestyle of luxury.
I mean, when we see even the big influencers, they're not gonna go with a guy that is a regular guy.
Yeah.
They're expiring that their boyfriend is taking them on holidays and doing these massive surprise in the Caribbean.
Mm,
It's not the regular guy that can afford that
of
day to
course.
day. So if I'm seeing that every day online and this is what I want, I'm gonna go for a different type of man, which leaves the other men under pressure to live up to these standards, these unrealistic
And yeah,
standards.
yeah, unrealistic standards. Yes, it's quite shocking. I mean, we talk about, okay, that money man thing, which I now understand what that means now. Gen Z people. I now understand. So you have to have your money man. Okay. Now I've also heard that individuals or females as well go to, because most of them go to very posh type of restaurants, in the Mayfair, Park Lane, Bond Street, all of that restaurants, and probably sit there pretty and start taking pictures and all of that. But we've also heard that when they're there as well, they are actually almost advertising themselves. um, and we have individuals who would engage in intercourse at that point. Is that true?
I mean, it's definitely true. It's definitely something that is happening now, and it's like, well, the money man wants something in return, I guess.
Mm,
So I don't mind as long as it's giving me what I want. This is what the lifestyle is now portrayed as, and this is what the reality of it is.
yeah.
So yeah,
Wow. It is shocking, isn't it? It is shocking. So it kind of makes sense now. Like, money man, I need to have a lifestyle. The money man needs to keep paying. I need to do an exchange, obviously using her body as exchange to get what she wants, so she can portray herself and live in this amazing lifestyle. So she can buy the bags, buy the food, and go to restaurant. I mean, is that all they do with the money? Is there anything
it's
else?
all stunting, yeah.
Stunting.
Stunting. Just showing a lifestyle that they're not. Even if it's something that they want or not, this is what is liked by society. This is what people will like you if you do have. So that's where they will go.
So basically, there's no money. There's no money really because they need to keep up this lifestyle, isn't it? They need to keep up this lifestyle of doing stuff. But the question is, when they get influenced and they go online, I mean, we're going to sort of talk about, other influencers who just post
Yeah.
and there's no, viable means of income. We don't know what they're doing. But anyway, so now, money man, woman, she's got a money man. And is it only one money man they will have at the time?
I guess I don't think so because obviously we know to be successful we need multiple sources of income, right?
Mm.
So I don't think one source of income is probably enough for them. So it'd probably be one, two, and I'm sure guys that are the money man don't want us to just stick to one girl. So they probably leave you after a while when you have to find another money man, and it's more money man added to
To your list.
your mileage. Your mileage has been counted. You're adding
Wow. Wow.
just to
So
keep up.
it's a huge transactional thing happening there. So the money man, as Iris mentioned there, can get tired of you and say, you know what, I'm done. I need to go ahead and do something else. So that's why the ladies would have more than one money man to ensure their lifestyle is kept up to date and keep going. But what does that do to them emotionally?
I guess now we don't see intercourse as an emotional thing anymore.
Wow.
So, which is very dangerous because
Mm.
if you don't see it as emotional no more, God knows how much of it are you having.
Yes.
'Cause
Wow.
Emotions
To
are
make to keep
involved.
up to keep up.
To keep up. Now, God knows.
You see, this on that point, to keep up. The thing I saw on social media, which I mentioned just a minute ago, was a lady was being interviewed. I don't know, it was real. So being interviewed on social media, and she was asked the question, what's the most amount of men she had been with in one day, and she replied 12. I mean, I was astonished. I was like, and they asked her
Wow.
the reason why she did that, and this is possibly she's probably in her early 20s. The reason why she did that, oh, it was my dirty birthday. I wanted to do something really bad. So another lady would see that now and think, oh,
It's acceptable.
is acceptable.
Somebody has done it. They've been open about it. They're posting about it. So who will judge me?
Who would judge me? That is the way to go, isn't it? That's the way to go. That's another social media thing there.
I guess because of the no judgment zone now, we have accepted so many things that are not really acceptable. And it's like if you talking about their life is like, why are you judging somebody else's life? It's not your life.
Mm.
We're not free to talk or express ourselves in so much different things that we let so much things go now, and other people or younger generation thinks it's acceptable to do so. So
yeah.
if a young girl now comes on this post and know that, all right, she's struggling with intercourse, saying no to men, she's like, oh, it's not that bad. Somebody's done 12 in one day.
Mm.
Somebody's done 12 in one day, so it must be a normal thing to do.
Exactly, it must be a normal thing to do, isn't it? Okay, I mean, we during the week, or I think it was last week, we shared a story about something related anyway. An individual a lady who posted that she had been abused by a certain man. So we shared it on our story, and while we shared it on the story as well, we had a response from one of our individuals who saw the post and sent us a message. We did post a message on our Instagram page. You can have a look. It's Double Nine Radio. If you're not already following us on Instagram, it's Double Nine Radio. That's double with a nine and radio. You can find on our post. So I'm just going to read just the first couple of sentences, and I'll let you go read more about it, and I'll make you kind of like understand why I'm reading this. So the lady started off, hi Double Nine. I've just seen your post, and I can't believe this guy is still out there exploiting young girls. I met Jay, and we kind of blurred out the name. About 3 years ago, he approached me at Tesco, and I ignored him. Then he waited outside the shop and offered me a lift home in his BMW car. Okay, I'm gonna stop there, right?
Very important. Why do we have the run of the car?
I'm gonna stop there. So the thing for me there is, for me, the alarm for me there is, you already ignored him, right? She's gone into the shop. I'm not. Please don't get me wrong here. We're not condoning any kind of like abuse or anything, but we want to understand why girls make themselves vulnerable in that position to get in there because of the influence and because they believe that, wow, this is a jackpot. I can get into this, or maybe. So she mentioned that his BMW car. So that was the attraction for her to get her into that position to say, you know what, I want to be part of this. You know, because she could have easily ignored him.
I mean, she ignored him the first time when she didn't see the car. The second time, she saw him again, and he was the same person, the same words, the same thing. But just now there was the car in addition, not any car, a BMW. A nice German car that is meant to cost a little bit more money.
They cost a little bit more money, so that got her into it and say, you know what, I want to get in there because maybe I've seen this bag I want to get. I've seen this hair I want to get.
I mean, you think he's got that car, he must have some type of disposable
income to get in there. So the thing here is, you've mentioned 16, 17-year-olds talking about, I just want to be rich. This is the mindset of kids nowadays. I want to get rich. I want that money. I want to buy a big car.
Why?
Exactly. Why? I'll buy a big car. I want to, spend the money, do all sorts of things. But the question begs, like, why are kids or the youth so easily influenced?
I mean, one of the reasons that I can say I've observed is because they don't have it. They don't have it, they have never seen it, and they don't know how to get it. They don't know where is accessible. All that they know is the one thing that they know that they can do, or they've seen people doing, influencers get these things. People on social media that they follow get these things just after, they will say, yeah, they will do interviews and say, yes, after I started doing influencing, my life changed. My life changed a different way. The money started coming just like that. Like, it's just like this. The money started coming. We don't know how, we don't know from where the money started coming.
Right. So you mentioned then that because they don't have it, that's why they easily get influenced. Maybe the background, so the family background is not, bit of a poverty line or something. And they see this as an easy way out as well.
Yep.
But the thing that they don't tell people, or before you go into that line of, let's call it influencing, is what kind of emotional and mental, state you can find yourself in as well. Because a lot of things happen. A lot of things happen while you're doing this. So I mean, now I'm shocked. I'm shocked at all things. It is a lot to take in. It is a lot to take in. So a lot of things we see on social media, it's not real because these people don't even have the money. The money does not really exist.
I mean, even for that guy, for instance, the story that you read right now, who knows if it was a rental that he's got for the weekend and he's making the most out of it right now, saying, I need to talk to as many girls as I can with that rental. Who knows?
I mean, what we're talking about now is now so rampant that in some locations, I've heard that a lot of ladies just go there and hang out Some of them they even have money to even buy a drink. They just sit down, looking pretty, waiting for that man to come and have a conversation. And the conversation is not about hello, hi. It's more about how much you pay me.
Yeah.
And this seems to be acceptable.
I mean, I guess now even in these locations, you will even have men coming forward and tell you, "I can change your life." Broad statement like that because they know what the woman wants to hear. They will have the car, the dressing, everything is on point because they know now this is what attracts a lady. It's not about how I approach her. It's not about how I respect her. It's about what I can do for her. And it comes back again to the lineage of not having these things at hand, you know. So now that I've got a way out or a way in that lifestyle, I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to have it. What is it to take? What it takes?
What's it gonna take?
And now people are even saying, "What is it? Just sex that it takes?" I'm ready to do it. That's how bad it is. Just intercourse. I'm ready to do it.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, it's worrying out there, isn't it? The lifestyle is changing. It's changed, should I say? Because what she just described there as ladies coming, having to sit down, and a man just walking up to you and say, I'll change your life. Because now, I think most men recognize the fact of there's no need talking, or trying to have a conversation, all that back in the day, sitting down, having a conversation, getting to know you, hi, hi, hi. It seems that all of that's gone out the window. All you to do now as a guy is that, I want to change your life kind of thing.
And have the right thing at hand, the car, the designer, the right little chat lines to come to somebody. And it's like, let's be honest, today, how many women will see the two men at the same location, one that's just simple, that's having a nice conversation with her, making her laugh and everything, but the other one that comes with the cash. Like, she, no matter what, she's gonna have her eyes turned to the other man.
To the other man.
Which creates another type of men that are like, okay, this is all it takes for me to have you. Let me do the same because I know that his lifestyle is fake. So if all it takes for you to be on me is for me to show you a little bit of that lifestyle, that luxurious lifestyle, what it takes, renting a car for the weekend. Me and my boys get together and buy a lot of bottles at our table. Having that attraction.
Get that attraction.
And they do it like really grand day in these places where you've got the fire, little sprinklers, showing the attention. Like, I want to be that girl. I want to be on that table. I want to be with the table.
The table. That's the table. This is what they see. This is what they want now, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is quite shocking. I mean, from your experience that you've dealt with quite a number of students. Mm-hmm. I mean, what's the most shocking thing that you've come across? What's the thing that's like, oh my gosh?
Is that the children nowadays are not children no more.
Wow.
I mean, me back in the days, it would be fine for me to get with my friends and go out to eat in some buffet restaurant. We was actually fine with that. Now when I hear my student, when they say, "Miss, I'm going to get in this club," they're not even of age, sorry to say, but "Miss, I promise you I want to get into that club and meet these guys and all of this, and I'm going to be dressed like this and I'm going to be dressed like that." They don't want to do simple things anymore. They don't want to just be kids. They're so... And it comes again of the lineage of the poverty that they come from at home, coming at home, and there's not always some food to eat at home. Mom and dad are not possibly at home, trying to get multiple jobs to keep a roof over your head. Nobody to actually guide you, to actually empower you, to actually teach you about life. But you've got all of this image that you're scrolling every single day, telling you this is what fun is. This is what being part of the cool group is. If you don't have that, then it's not fun. I go to work in not in a rich area. Yeah, like the college that I'm working at is not in a rich area. But you will see so many of these kids coming with big brand jackets that are the cost of people's rent.
Yeah. Wow.
At 17, 18. So you see already the standard that they're trying to match is unrealistic.
It's unrealistic, isn't it?
Unrealistic. And seeing other kids that definitely not cannot afford it, they'll be ready to do anything to not get the mockery of not having it. Back in the days, Nike was already much for our parents, but imagine having a jacket that cost about £850. That's the rent of your parents. They're not going to put that in a jacket. But being out there, you know, and doing what I got to do, if it was even these young boys getting attracted to do fraud to live up to this lifestyle, the young girls just being with guys that can afford it, what are they going to ask in return? What's the
Wow.
money of exchange? What's the exchange?
What is the exchange? I mean, it's quite an eye opener for a lot of individuals who don't recognize that. Excuse me, that this is happening out there. I mean, when you see, a youth wearing £850 jacket. I mean, a luxury lifestyle, no viable source of income. Where, how
Did you get
did
this?
did you get that? A lady wearing a Louis Vuitton shoe. How can you afford that? At what age? And what is your salary?
Yes, of course. And also, like, I remember that if I came in with an £850 jacket at home, my mother is going to ask me, where is that coming from? But we are in a day-to-day life where parents don't even see their kids as much because they're working so hard to keep up, to keep a roof over their head, food and everything. And they don't see, or they probably don't even know, they're not aware of what's going on. So your kid is coming home with different bags and shoes that cost more than anything that your parents have in their wardrobe. You know, not getting that question, not being questioned. Where is that coming from? Where did you get that? Have you got a job? Have you got savings? Where do you get this money from? They get away with it. If I'm not being questioned about it, I can do anything to bring anything.
Exactly. To be among, to feel among as well. I mean, what you're saying as well. There's a story that broke out. I think was a couple of months ago, where an individual group of guys, sorry, young guys as well, decided that because this girl had been with them, with one of them, and she requested for, I think it was £50. And I'm talking about 17, 16-year-olds here. She requested £50, for the engagement they had, and this guy decided, okay, you know what, I'm gonna post up a picture on Snapchat and let everyone know that this is what she's doing.
Yeah.
But apparently, he was not the only guy that been with her.
Okay.
So the news now broke out that this is the standard, and other guys now started responding to that. Yeah, I mean, I give her £50. I'm talking about possibly about close to about 30
Wow.
individuals
Wow.
who reposted
Wow.
this picture and updates. Say, okay, yes, they've done this as well. Yes, we say, out of the 50, maybe not all of them. Who knows? But it's shocking. But the way it came out was like, it now got to this is shocking me. The cousin of the girl got forwarded a snap.
Yeah.
Or shared a snap. You know what I mean? That's how the family found out.
Wow.
And it was quite disheartening.
Yeah.
At that point in time, and the parents are like, oh my gosh,
I mean, it's always a bit when it's a bit too late, I guess, that we get holds of this information. And I can say, thank God that the cousin got hold of that information.
Yeah.
The family was aware, because it could have gone so far. Today is £50 just asking here and there with guys that she's been having intercourse with. But I'm going to drop out of college, like, oh, I'm actually making money from this. Why do I still need to go? I don't need school to know how to do this. Let me just drop out of school, and make the most of my time. Every time I'm seeing one now is going to be £100, then £200. And little by little, you actually becoming a prostitute.
Yes.
And this is how we've seen that it's glamorized prostitution society now. Where they don't understand what they're doing, the meaning of it.
Well, yes.
The meaning of the actions.
Yes, because the influencers that we talk about, some of them, I mean, the influencers and the self influencers who say, I'm an influencer, but we don't know what they're doing. I understand now as well now that some ladies as well go on Instagram, just take pictures, some a bit, sexy, some a bit like naughty looking kind of pictures, and they just put there, I'm a social media influencer
Or a model.
or model.
The
Yes,
so-called model.
yes.
But I'm not seeing no runaway pictures. Is modeling, but I don't see no modeling for actual brand. Where are you modeling for? And then I heard also the video shoots, the video shoot models. That's the one that comes back frequently.
right.
What does that involve? That's
Exactly
really.
the video shoot model. I mean, this is I can't confirm. This is unconfirmed that sometimes this is a way of these influencers advertising themselves, of trying to. These are the so-called influencers. These are people who are the Gen Z generation who have now maybe graduated from, or maybe added this as part of their portfolio, I should call it, because we've talked about individuals who go out to different locations, waiting for that man to come, and the money man comes. They talk, have a conversation. I want to change your life. Okay, fine. What do I need to do? This is what you need to do. She goes out there, get more than one money man, and that. But now they put themselves on Instagram. Living the lifestyle, taking other pictures.
That's literally advertising yourself in a way that is dangerous because now let's take this. You're now a video shoot model. Most of the time, the video shoot models are kind of represented degrading themselves on camera, right?
Yeah.
So you probably half naked, on camera, doing kind of act that is not, too glamorous to you and representing you too well. Now, other things comes with it. The pictures that you're gonna post. What kind of
the pictures?
What kind of modeling deals are you gonna get? What modeling deals? What attraction are you gonna get?
Amazing.
I've had couple stories from people telling me, even younger girls that I work with, that they've been approached to be models, not only by men but by women. That approach them like, oh, you're so cute. You're so cute. How old are you? Oh, you're young, but you can make money. You can make money. How? Like this music to their ears. They just want. They're tired of this life where they're not making ends meet. Like not even ends meet, but they're not having the things that they want.
Yes, the so-called
and they know
things.
that their parents can't afford. How do I make money? Well, you're already pretty. You can be doing video shoot, or I can explain to you, but there's ways. What are the ways? They become more curious. And this is how they've been targeted. Like this modeling or this industry, they target the vulnerable people. They target the vulnerable young girls.
The vulnerable young girls, yes.
The vulnerable young girls, they know based on how you respond, based on how you are, if you got a family supporting you, if you got a family watching you, if you're able to come and for a video shoot, for example, they tell you come for a video shoot, just try out. You come for a video shoot and they're like, I have another way for you to make money, but can you stay up here for a bit? All right. I'm ready. I'm ready. I want to make that money. Are you sure? Are you actually ready? You want to make that money? All right. Well, let's do this. I can bring a couple of my friends and we can have fun. Nothing is always being described properly. Nothing is the actual consequences or the actual action is not described properly because we're dealing with children. We have to glamorize things, and this is what they do until they get older. They get older, and as they're doing the actions. And the actual problem comes, the abuse comes, the pressure comes, sometimes even drugs come.
Yes.
Even sometimes drugs abuse comes.
Drugs abuse comes because they need to almost have a certain way of control over them, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I love the fact, the way you just describe that process. But the thing then as stands out is the glamour. The Gen Z, they want to live that life of luxury, be in that glamorized way, and all this unheard of acts are now being made acceptable. You have influencers coming online. I mean, the other day I saw a quote online as well that school is not for everyone. We understand that, but school is not everyone. Use what you have to get what you want. I mean, a young person saying that And in the life you describe, where
They understand there is it kind of makes them accept what they're doing and think
exactly,
it's normal what I'm doing.
exactly, yes, not everyone can be massively wealthy or rich, and the child or the young adult goes out there and sees like, oh my gosh, my friends are doing this, they're doing that. How are they doing it? Come on, man, let's go to this location. I can show you.
I mean, this is even first aspect of falling into it. What about these girls that get groomed by sometimes the so-called money man that will give them, tell them like, I really like you. They will spend time with her, be there for her, kind of replace the parent that is not actively there. We have a grown adult dealing with a child, you know, seeing the lack where the parents are lacking and replacing it as if it's picking you up from college, dropping you off where you need to go, buying a couple stuff for yourself, that child or that young adult is going to see it as, wow, this is love. This is
Yes.
love. And they get trapped because somebody is loving me. What can I do to repay their love? And this is when they see, the person grooming you is going to now see, I've got you where I want. I've got you where I want. I've got you thinking what I want you to think, because you now feel like this person loves
me. Yes.
This person wants good for me. Anything that they tell me to do is definitely for our own good, because you feel like you're in this relationship. You feel like you're in this mutual loving thing happening. So
wow,
it takes them to a lot of places, and after that, it will tell you, right, like, I like your potential. Let's do some modeling again. The modeling. I do music. Let me help you. Let me put you out there. There's other things we can do. It's all about how you make them perceive it.
Yes.
And also when you break it to them. They are very young and vulnerable, and they need love. When that love is being given, when that love, they receive it
from the wrong place,
they're so happy and innocent that they don't understand. And the person that is grooming them completely understand.
Yes.
Completely understand that. They are professionals. As you can see, the story that you said, he approached the girl once without all of the glamour, without even an ounce of lifestyle.
Yes.
He knew why didn't he go? Why didn't he go?
He waited. Yes.
He knew that there's another way of getting there. To BMW.
Amazing. The BMW, the glamour there as well. I mean, Iris, you've given us a great insight into the things Gen Z youths or the adults, or should I say the young adults, has been exposed to, and how they're now making it the norm. It's like almost a normal thing now, going out there and getting paid to do certain acts. We call them modeling. You see on Instagram post or pages or profiles, they call themselves models now. There's no runway picture. They call themselves social influencers. You're not influencing anything, just you advertising yourself there. I mean, what can be done to help change the lifestyle? Because we know there's some great, wonderful youths out there. And the ones that stick to trying to achieve great grades, trying to be work hard and be something in life, and not hopefully be distracted by all of this. But it is still kind of like dangerous for them, because it could change at any time.
I mean, this is even why Mirror's Foundation was created, because we saw the urgency that we have to take action and help the youth and make them understand, because there is people out there targeting them to make money, and they don't care about the mental state they're going to be left in, the crazy thing that the trauma that they're going to be carrying for the rest of their life, and not being able to be successful adults. So where we come in is to give them that support. not letting these adults take advantage of them,
Hmm.
giving them the empowerment that they need to understand about life, giving them the real life. For example, in some of my mentoring session, I told them, like, what kind of job do you think you need to have to survive in London? Therefore, like, you influencers came about, you know,
Influences.
influencers
Wow.
came about, I want to be, selling hair, but if I can't make the selling hair, then I will just ask, brands to give me hair to promote on my social media. And I was like, you need to build a brand to be able to do
Exactly.
that.
Exactly.
And how much do you think you'll be able to make from that? Because they're giving you a free week, not money.
Hmm.
They were like, okay, so I can get a small job on the side that can pay me 1,200. And I said, 1,200 will be your rent money. We won't be able to eat,
Yes.
to heat yourself up, nothing. So it's about giving them the reality, because today there's a massive gap between reality of life and virtuality.
Yes. And without that, yes. I mean,
There's a massive gap.
there's a
that has
massive
been
gap. Yes.
Filled in.
Yes.
That this is social media. This is a social platform. Take it as fun, not as life, as a
It's
way
not
of
reality,
life.
isn't it?
It's
Yeah.
not reality, and it's about us. It's about us connecting together and showing the youth that they can make it. Empower them. The more vulnerable one, giving them some, jobs
Hmm.
that they can keep in, showing them a way of career, other options, because this is the only options that they've seen, that they've been exposed to. This is why Mirror's Foundation give them options. We collaborate with many entrepreneurs for work experience, and after this work experience, they're allowed to stay and have some type of income, so that they don't have to be influenced, or they don't have to be tricked into doing these atrocity.
Amazing. That's Mirror's Foundation there. We shall be, having Iris back to talk more about this foundation. I think is very key that this word gets out there quite a lot. Spreads out there, because the danger is near. The danger is near as well. The danger could already be with you. If you're a parent and you listen to this,
Yes.
the danger could already be there lurking, and you might not be noticing what's happening out there as well. But what kind of signs, can parents, observe or see if there seems to be a change?
Um, One sign that I would really recommend to act on quick is when the child separates himself a lot, isolates himself a lot, you know, not asking for help much. As we know, they are kids, they don't know the way of life. If they stop asking you questions, or they stop asking you for things, somebody else is providing it for them.
Wow.
Do you know who is
Hmm.
providing it for them? Knowing about who is their circle, who is their friend. Do you see their friends around as much as it was? Who is it that they are mingling with?
Hmm.
If you see that, okay, they probably distance themselves from their main group of friends, she will tell you, oh, I'm not friends with her no more. I'm not friend with her no more. But she's not at home often, or he's not at home often, because trafficking, because we can call that child trafficking, even
Yeah.
the abuse that they go through,
Uh-huh.
doesn't only happen for girls. It also happens with guys as well. These young guys that get attracted by drug dealers,
Yes.
and they get trafficked into going to
County
outside
lines,
London,
yes, yes.
country life, and making so-called money,
Mm.
and then they get trapped in the system. As we said, the juvenile system today is full of people from our community, people that was vulnerable, that
Yes.
wanted that life, that wanted some support.
Mm.
So it comes to both sides. When you see that your child is not often at home, and you're not questioning, it's very important to question it. And if you're not getting the answer, look for it.
Amazing. I mean, you couldn't have said it any better. Ask questions.
Yeah.
If you're not getting the answer, look for the answer as well.
Investigate.
Investigate. Who are they hanging around with? They asking you for £10, £20 in the past, and they stop asking you totally. What is happening? Who's giving them? Who's providing it for them?
Yeah.
Who's giving it to them as well? What kind of lifestyle is that girl living? What kind of lifestyle is that boy living now? Your 16, 17-year-old son, daughter, what are they doing there? Who are they being influenced by? What are they doing? Are they dressing one way at home and dressing another way outside? Are they engaging in some shameful acts out there, and also maybe just glamorizing this prostitution, which seems to be rampant out there as well? Yes, it's a horrible thing where individuals are groomed and trafficked or are made to do things they don't want to do. But how does that happen? How do the ladies fall, or gentlemen or guys fall into this state of vulnerability and think that this is the only way they can come out of this poverty lifestyle? It's never a ending story. Never a good ending story. It's always a sad story that happens at the end of it. But the thing is, if we don't break that chain, if we don't put a foot down, if we don't put our foot forward and say, you know what, we want to change this, we want to, break this cycle within our community. I'm saying to you, I mean, even the unborn generation, God forbid, would go through the same thing again. Because social media, it's such a powerful tool,
That's growing very rapidly.
growing very rapidly as well. I mean, Iris mentioned something as well, that the separation between reality and was actually, unreal, I should say. Um, it's not being filled with the right information from the right sources.
Yeah, and nobody is getting held accountable for the things that they're doing. Is kind of legal, so nobody is holding them accountable for their actions. There's many influencers that was cancelled temporarily. We need to say temporarily, because nobody is really cancelled all the way, because you see them coming back and doing the same thing, you know. But if I was to have a message today for parents that are listening, it will be, it's not because you think, even if you think you can't do it yourself, ask for help. There is organizations out there. Talk to the school, help them, and ask them, how can I help my child? Because I probably don't have the tools myself, but the schools can help you get these tools. You probably don't have the most glamorous job, and you think your child is maybe looking down on you, but if they're not going to do the same thing as you, if you're empowering them,
Exactly.
if you're empowering them, if you're talking to them, if you're inquiring, because that's what the child is looking for. Today, the person that met them on the road and tried to, get them to do this atrocity, got an interest in what they were doing. If your child is coming to you and say, I want to do music, and all you're doing is like, this is not a real job, they're going to look for somewhere that is going to listen to them. Tell them that it's not a real job, but you can do it as a side hustle. I will help you for your side hustle if you get a real job. Giving them options. Don't be closed, because unfortunately today, if you're not giving it to them, somebody else would. It's somebody that is outside your control. Somebody that could destroy your child, make them carry traumas. And the child will come back to you and say, it was your fault because you left me. Later on, say that you wasn't there for me and that person was there for me. Today, kids go to gangs because they feel like they have a family. But they have a family at home. Just not somebody that is there for them the way they need it to be.
Wow. I mean, Iris could have said it any better, ladies and gentlemen. I think, she's expressed it very fantastically well. I mean, there's little left for me to say. All we need to do is make sure we are giving our, younger ones, that engagement, giving them that information, giving them that love. And also, we need to understand this. Yes, she said that, they'll go out there looking for information, looking for that love because you're not giving it to them. But understand, it's not just, the adult that's going to give them that information. It could even be another child,
Yes,
who has already been, or who is already in that line of work,
yes,
who's already, being
been
influenced.
snatched into that
Exactly.
lifestyle.
That
It's
being
been
snatched
snatched.
into that within that
And I
world.
want to drag other people with them so they can feel better about themselves. They don't want to be
Exactly.
alone. Remember that. We
Exactly.
never wanted to be alone in any nonsense that we wanted to do. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So it is important to communicate with your child. And even if you feel like it's hard, try and get some help. Because if you don't do it, somebody else will.
Amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been Iris of Mirrors Foundation here on Can Expression Sunday, where we've been talking about living a luxury lifestyle but no viable source of income, and look at the perspective of our younger generation, the Gen Z generation, who seem to be so much influenced by social media and also replicating and just taking everything sent there as a gospel and maybe committing, crazy atrocities. I hope we've been able to share great information and insight, and also how to ensure that you do make a change and break the cycle. I mean, we can't wait to have Iris back again. Maybe to talk more about the foundation, and if you want to be part of the foundation, how you can contribute. It's not financially, no, it's not just that. It's more about being available to do stuff, that being available to with your time to break the cycle, being available to give information, being available to give love. I mean, they did an amazing thing in South London the other day where they gave out food parcels to individuals as well, just to help the community as well. And it's that was self-funded as well. I think it's a great fantastic foundation to support as well, especially when it involves our children and the younger generation. Iris, it's been amazing having you on the
Thank you
show.
so much, Double Nine and Double Nine family, for listening. It's been amazing. I
Fan-
loved it.
Fantastic. It's been amazing having you as well. We shall be back right after this, but do make sure you do tell a friend about Dominar Radio, and there'll be a playback of this amazing interview on our YouTube channel. All you need to do is just search Double Nine Radio on YouTube, and you shall find our channel on there. And also make sure you do follow us on Instagram as well to get up to date information of programs on this amazing platform as well. In the meantime, stay locked on, stay locked in. Shall be back right after this.